Have you ever wanted to add an in-camera light leak effect to your photos and videos? You know what I'm talking about. Back in the day when you would shoot with a film camera and light would leak into the camera and add an orange flare to your image. Now you can add these effects with overlays in post, but we actually created a lens adapter that allows you to add them in camera, to actually create them as you are filming or taking photographs. And today we're going to be taking a look at this version of the ColorFlare lens adapter. This is a Canon FD to Sony E-mount adapter, so it allows us to adapt vintage Canon FD lenses like this Vivitar 28 to our Sony E-mount camera. This is the A7S II, and this adapter is designed specifically to create in-camera light leak effects. As you can see, there is a clear ring in the middle of the adapter between where the lens mounts and the camera mounts. With the normal adapter, this would be completely opaque. There would be no translucence because normally you don't want any light getting in between your adapted lens and camera. But this adapter does the opposite. It's got this clear plastic built into it that allows light to get in. Now, if we use the adapter just like this, our image will be completely washed out. It's not designed to use it with just this clear ring. What you're gonna wanna do is first pick a color ring out of these 5 colors to color your flare. We've got green, blue, pink, yellow, and orange. And in today's video, we're gonna use orange because let's face it, that's the most popular, most common light leak look, especially if you're shooting film. And basically, we're just going to take the colored ring and we're just going to slide it over the adapter. Now we'll have an orange tinted light leak effect in our footage. Now, if we just use the adapter like this, it'll again be fairly washed out. It'll just be a lot of orange light getting into our image and just kind of washing it all out. Now, you might want that effect, but most likely you're going to want more of a subtle light leak effect. And the way we do that is we bring in one of these black rubber bands. The kit actually comes with multiple rubber bands, and they have different amounts of holes in them depending on what kind of light leak effect you want. We're going to use this one, which has quite a few different holes in it, so we can get a lot of different light leaks. But there is one like this that has no holes, and this is designed to place over the adapter. If you don't want any light leaks, you just slide it over. So that's if you're using this adapter and you don't want a light leak effect, you can use this rubber band. But we're not going to do that because we want a light leak effect. So let's use this rubber band that has a couple holes in it. And let's slide it over the orange ring. There we go. Now when we are shooting with the lens adapted to this adapter and to our camera, depending on where the light source is in our scene, let's say the sun is above the camera, we can actually cover up the hole with our finger like that. And then if we want to add in some color flare, we can remove our finger, or you can just leave it be. And as you're shooting, the sun will come through these holes and add light leak effects. Okay, we've got the ColorFlare adapter set up. Now let's mount our lens on it. This is the Canon FD version of the adapter, Canon FD to Sony E. So to mount an FD lens, we're first going to want to make sure that this install arrow is lined up with this red mounting dot. We want to make sure it's set like that, so when we mount the lens, we'll be able to adjust the aperture properly. So just make sure the install arrow is lined up with the red mounting dot. Then you're just going to take the red mounting dot on your FD lens, press the lens into the adapter, and in the case of this version of the FD lens, this is an older FD lens, so you actually rotate the breech locking ring on the lens itself. There we go, now we're locked in place, and then we can turn this install wheel, and now we've activated the aperture control. So now we can manually adjust the aperture. Now, if we shoot with this lens set to f2.8, the widest aperture, we won't get much of a light leak effect. I've actually found that the best way to get a light leak is to stop down to like f11, f16. A narrower aperture is going to capture more of that light leak effect, and it's going to be a more pronounced effect. Just something to keep in mind when you're using this adapter. And here's how to mount the lens and adapter on a camera. Just going to line up the red mounting dot on the adapter with the white mounting dot on the camera, rotate it to lock it into place. There we go. Now we've got our FD lens mounted to our Sony camera. We've got these holes to let in light leaks, and if we're shooting outside in sunlight, we're going to get images like this. In this shot, I've got my finger covering the hole, but then I remove it, and the sun comes through the hole and adds that orange light leak look. Another thing I can do is if I take the rubber band and I kind of go like this with it, I'm actually letting some light in through the clear section of the adapter as I move the orange ring a little bit, and this adds a more extreme effect. You can also spin the rubber band so you can put the light leak holes at different points of the adapter depending on where your light source is, and this helps you adjust where your light leak is in your shot. Now, if you're shooting in bright daylight conditions, you can just use the available light to create the lens flare effect. But if you're shooting in a dark location, either it's nighttime or you're in a studio and you don't have light sources to create the light leaks, you can add them with a LED flashlight. You could even use your phone, the flashlight on your phone, but I'm just going to show it with this light. This is just a little portable LED flashlight, and you can add the flare effect by simply taking your light source and just placing it near the light leak hole. And moving the light source around, kind of bringing it in, bringing it out, will create a light leak effect where the light leak is kind of coming and going. And for video, that's a great way to kind of add some light leak animation to it, some in-camera light leak fluctuating back and forth. So you definitely want to experiment with a light source if you're in a dark location, shooting outside at night, or you're in a studio. And here are some demo photos we created with the ColorFlare adapter using the different colors. As you can see, these are a couple we shot with the blue filter, and they have more of a soft bluish light leak, which is a nice effect. Obviously, the orange ring that we have on the adapter now will create the most realistic light leak effect, the film light leak look, but all these other color filters will help you add different, more creative light leaks as well. Okay, that was a quick look at our Canon FD to Sony E-mount ColorFlare in-camera light leak effect adapter. If you'd like to learn more about this adapter and maybe get one for yourself, click the link in the description below. We carry ColorFlare adapters for other camera mounts and lens types, so click the link in the description below too to check out all the ColorFlare adapters we have to offer. And if you have any questions or comments about this light leak adapter, comment below. I'd love to help you out. Plus, click right here to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more videos just like this one. Thank you.